Hey guys, it's me Charlie. So today I'm going to show you guys how I send off eggs from YouTube. I have a lot of customers that are repeat customers, and what they do is they go on there and they bid for my quail button eggs, like the button quail eggs. I was just about to say Coturnic eggs because I'm going to be doing those later. I have a breeding pair of Italian Coturnic quails, and at this time I just have button quail eggs. So what I do first is I get my supplies out. I have a priority box here, and I have my bag here. You guys can't really see it, but in my bag I've got toilet paper, and I need the toilet paper because each sheet I'm going to need to wrap each egg, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. And I'm going to need this tape here. This is regular shipping packing tape, and I buy this at Staples for $2, and this works really good. I'm going to also need regular tape, a black or red marker, and the reason why you need this is because you want to write the word fragile eggs all over the box, and if you have a red marker it's probably better. And of course you want your clear egg cartons. So I'm only going to need one because I'm going to be shipping off some eggs tomorrow. So I'll need one of these, and I'll put the rest away. And I'm going to need a pen probably. During this process of packaging the eggs, I probably won't need a pen yet. So let's start with folding up the box and putting it together real quick. So I like to tuck in the scanning part where they would normally scan it to sell these boxes. And make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see it better. So what I do is I tape up the bottom. And the bottom is taped. So inside here, when I'm preparing all of my eggs, I like to actually, like if I'm doing about 4 orders, 5 orders, 2 orders, where I'm going to be shipping off some eggs the next day, I like to actually pre-fill every single one of these with newspaper. And I usually buy I get my regular junk mail, and I crumble up the paper and I stick it in here. Or if you have a shredder, you can shred your paper, and you can go ahead and send your eggs off that way too. So once this is done and the paper's inside, I like to print off the orders if I know I'm going to be shipping them off the next day. So for now I'm just going to put this to the side, and in here I have a basket of button quail eggs. These are all different colors. There are some that are a little bit green, a little bit beige, a little bit tan. I'll get a little closer so you guys can see it. Can't really see them that well in the video. I collect my eggs in this little basket, and if I know what kind of button quails are going to be sent out, I'll put just one type in here. If I know that the person who won the bid, either buy it now or if they bid wants mixed eggs, I'll put some white eggs, I'll put some brown eggs, well, meaning white button quail, brown button quail, which actually the brown is kind of like a chocolate color, and they're kind of like a blue face. I'll put the red-breasted, and sometimes I'll mix in some Darth Vaders if they're laying eggs at the time, and then some pieds. So I have 5 types, and I'm waiting to get some silver button quails, or maybe some silver button quail eggs, and I'll hatch those out, raise them for the next 6 weeks, and hopefully on their 7th to 8th week I can start selling their eggs. So what I do is I grab my toilet paper, and I tear off one sheet. That's all I'm going to need, and I'm going to grab the egg carefully. Now these eggs, when I pick them every day, I pick them immediately after they've laid the egg. My button quails tend to lay their eggs in the afternoon, so probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock I'll check their eggs. They don't really lay their eggs early in the morning, so I check in the afternoon, and I'll grab them. I don't wash them, but that's the reason why when you order eggs from me, they're nice and clean, the best they can be, because their little miniature nest boxes look like chicken nest boxes, and it has pine shavings in there, and sometimes I'll use orchard hay. And when I do that, they lay their eggs in there, and when they go to step out and step back in, like the next female will go in there and lay her eggs, they won't get these eggs dirty. So these eggs tend to be nice and clean. The way I do it is I take the egg, I memorize the pointy side first. I put it not exactly in the middle of the sheet, but I kind of put it towards the bottom a little bit. I start to fold it over, and I start to roll, kind of like a cigar or a cigarette if you're making your own cigarettes. So those of you who smoke, you'll know what I'm talking about. The smaller end I'll fold over, and the bigger end I'll fold under. So now I have a perfectly wrapped egg. Now these clear containers, they actually have two sides. The side that is more pointier and wrinkly is the bottom. The side that's kind of flat is the top. And if you look at these carefully, it's exactly like a regular chicken egg carton when you get chicken eggs from the grocery store. So I'll know that I need to store these eggs facing down. Now I'm going to need to send off 10 of these fertile button quail eggs. So this one clear container is actually 10. So let me do the rest of them for you guys. So I place the pointy end down. I grab another sheet. I carefully grab an egg. These eggs are slightly delicate. The eggshells on a button quail is not as hard as a regular chicken egg. It's a little bit softer, so you do have to handle them a little bit more nicer than you would regular chicken eggs. So let me zoom in a little bit on this so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And let's hope I don't mess this up. Alright. Hopefully that's good enough. Take another one. You always want to memorize the pointy side down. So I always face my eggs away from my right hand, the pointy side down. The pointy side is the butt. So if you look at a chicken egg, the pointy side is the butt. The round side is the head. When they hatch, they're going to hatch out of the round side. This is the reason why they tell you to incubate your eggs with the pointy side down, and then from there you incubate them for the amount of time that you're supposed to, depending on the species of the bird. So for like button quail eggs, it's a couple of weeks, and for Coturnics, they're like 19 days, 20, 21. It depends if you're ordering your eggs from eBay or from anybody. The one important thing I want to tell you guys is when you receive your eggs in the mail, always allow your eggs to settle down for at least a minimum of 6 to 8 hours. The reason why I say that is because it's really important for you guys to allow the egg to come back to its normal, setting, so that way it'll start to settle, incubate, and start to grow. So it's really important to let your eggs sit a minimum between 6 to 8 hours. So, oops, it's the first time I grabbed that really aggressively. So I'm going to need 4 more of these. Any type of toilet paper will do, really. You don't need anything special, but none of the really cheap toilet paper, because I've noticed that the regular good toilet paper, when you are using it, it's a little bit more thicker, and the really cheap toilet paper that you would steal from a public restroom or work is probably going to be the cheap stuff. So this is probably a 2-ply because it's a little bit thicker. So pointy side facing down, roll like a cigarette, roll the small end up, the larger end down, place your egg inside the clear egg carton. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'm going to do another video to add to this one so we don't keep on showing you what I'm doing. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. So this is the part that I didn't do in the first video, is all of the paper. I've actually took all the paper and I filled it up, and I kind of gave it a light push to see if this is going to be enough, because I don't want it to be so compact that it might compress against the eggs and crack them. So far I've always sent the eggs and they've never cracked. And what I do is I put a few of these on top. And in the center here, I'm going to lay the eggs inside. And I'm going to add this in, snug it in. That way I can go ahead and send these eggs off. I'll be able to close it with enough room that there's not going to be any problems with the eggs smashing. Okay, so this part here, I finished doing all the eggs. And I'm going to close them. You don't have to be that gentle when you're closing these because they actually fit properly in here. And so when you close them here, you want to be careful. This is where the tape comes in handy. What you do is you take about a 1-inch strip of tape and you place it on the edge and you seal one side. Then you take another 1-inch strip and you seal that side. I also like to seal the ends just to give it a little extra support so that way these here won't pop out. And when you're done with the tape part, it should look something like that. So when the person receives the eggs, they're going to wonder which side is up and which side is down. What I like to do is I like to put little mini X's on each one of these. That way when you receive them in the mail, you'll know that that is the side that's the top and that's the bottom. Can you guys kind of see the shape of those eggs? See how the bottom is pointy and the top is a little bit round? So it's like a regular egg carton. Alright, so the next step. By the way, I put everything inside a bag. I have all of my supplies in this bag when I'm doing eggs. And I guess what I'll do next is, before I print off the labels, I'm going to show you my YouTube channel. And I'm going to show you how I pack off the eggs. And